Imagine yourself in a peaceful, calm lake. You're swimming in a shallow lake with a beautiful scenery. The water only goes up to your knees. This is important. Then boom! A giant shark falls out of the sky and eats you. Chaos. Chaos everywhere. You can't escape the great white shark unless you're saved by a priest. With the power of our Lord and Savior, the priest exorcises the shark and the shark explodes. The priest has saved us all. Just kidding. The shark eats everyone. That was a concept of a movie I just watched and I want to share with you. Hello friends, welcome to C. And I want to talk about this movie because it's really odd. I want to talk about this movie because I was in utter disbelief after finishing it. The entirety of the entire hour of pure torture. Shark Exorcist. And according to IMDb, the concept is a demonic nun unleashes holy hell when she summons the devil to possess a great white shark. So basically, the entire movie is about a demonic shark that goes around terrorizing people. Pretty cool stuff. And also there's a priest and he has to save the day, but we don't learn about him until much later in the movie. But that's the entire concept. A demonic shark and a priest that needs to save the world because this shark is hungry. Really hungry. So spoiler alert, as if you're gonna watch this dumpster fire, there's no shark that gets exorcised, sadly. This is complete clickbait, and you're stupid to fall for it. The poster is the only visually appealing thing about the entire movie, and the poster is not in the fucking movie. And this is a supposed horror movie, and is very not good. So sit down and let me tell you about this movie. So the movie is produced by a company called Suicidal Productions, which is pretty fitting because after this film I wanted to kill myself. So let's describe how wonderful this movie is. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, you know the drill. Let's just get right into it. So the movie starts out with a nun walking menacingly through a graveyard in broad daylight. We're holding a very cartoonish looking knife and she is looking very scary and menacing. And then a blonde woman approaches her and she's very angry. She calls the nun a bitch and in response the nun stabs her. The nun stabs her and the woman bleeds all over herself. It's pretty extreme for one fucking stab wound. But anyway, the nun takes this rotting corpse now and throws it into the ocean and calls out the Lord Satan, calls the devil to accept the sacrifice, and a demonic shark comes, swoops in and munches on the sacrifice, which I presume is the blonde girl. And after that lovely scene, the title card plays, showing random stock footage of jellyfish for some reason. Jump start to 1 year later and we cut to these characters, these three girls having a very normal, human, natural conversation. This is a very normal, natural dialogue.
100 degrees outside and this car's got no air conditioning. Real nice.
I like it hot.
Well, you're weird.
Lauren, we're almost there, okay?
You said that like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, well look, there's a sign right there. So we're here. No more bitching, all right? Yeah, Lauren, be nice to Emily. Thanks, Allie.
I'm always nice, but if this isn't one amazing water park, I'm gonna be one pissed BFF.
Okay, this is not a water park. It's just a lake, just a plain old normal lake.
I know it's lake, but they've gotta have some kind of monster water slide, right?
Nope, sorry, just a plain old lake.
Well, is there at least a wave pool?
Call me crazy, but I don't think that hopping into a car and driving for 2 hours to a destination you haven't unanimously agreed on is a smart idea, especially in a hot car with no air conditioning. Really? It's been 3 hours. When are we gonna get to this huge fun fair? Actually, we're going to a lake. Well, are there any rides at a lake? Well, no, it's a lake, not a fun fair. We've been driving for 3 hours to see a lake. Yes. Also, I love how she's not bothered by the fact that instead of going to a water park, they're going to a lake. I think there's a pretty small difference between a lake and a water park. Let's play a game. Can you spot the difference between these two? Yeah, I don't know, man. They're pretty hard. I mean, they're basically identical. They both have water in them. Also, who drives 2 hours to see a lake? They arrive at this area and they lay themselves on the grass to tan. Tanning, laying down on the nice, stinky green, muddy green grass. So one of the girls, the girl who likes it hot,
I like it hot.
decides to go for a swim in this very shallow lake that goes up to her thighs. This is important because what makes no sense to me is how the shark was able to swim in such shallow water. And in a very realistic scene, the girl swimming gets attacked brutally by the shark, showing her getting mauled. The angles really do show her being horrifically mauled by this shark. That's pretty impressive. The shark didn't even touch her and she's already thrashing like a defective insect that has been swatted by a toddler. And after the brutal attack, one of her friends go and rescue her, and you can really see the horrifying effects that the shark has done to her body, completely mangling it up with the ketchup stain on her thigh. The ketchup stain. Are you okay? Are you sure that's an appropriate question to ask someone who you saw was being mauled by a shark? Oh my god, I'm sick. I'm dying. I have this disease. It's really like killing me slowly, and I don't think I'm gonna make it. Aw. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I can see you coughing up blood in your internal organs, and I just feel like there's something off, you know? After that, we cut to a scene of a real hospital being filmed, acting as if that's a hospital set. You really think that you could get away with it. You think you're sneaky, don't you? Anyway, and then we cut to a news report of a man-eating shark that has been terrorizing swimmers. Just one man-eating shark. And it's very spooky, very scary, you know? I feel like a lot of people would say that being mauled by a shark would put you a little under the weather.
I mean, that's the thing about almost dying, Emily. It is a real buzzkill.
So, and then the next scene is these two friends having a discussion/argument about Allie, the girl who was attacked by a shark. Again, very normal human interaction after your friend has been viciously mauled by a shark.
I just got back from the hospital.
Cool.
Why haven't you been there to see Allie?
Just because.
Okay, well, I thought that you might want to know that she got released today because apparently she got miraculously healed from a shark bite.
That's cool, whatever.
Are these real humans? I feel like these people are completely stimulated. Like, these are AI characters that have been generated because no sane person would want to be a part of this godforsaken movie. So they got a bunch of robots who try to act like real human beings but come across as actual NPCs. Remember our friend Emily who was viciously mauled by a gigantic sea creature? Yeah, cool, whatever. Like, she lost all of her limbs and now she's only stuck with a head and a beating heart? Yeah, cool, whatever. And she also contracted rabies and her hair is all fallen out and her eyes have also fallen out and now her mouth is constantly drooling. Yeah, cool, whatever. She also developed a condition where all of her skin turns to candy and is now disintegrating as we speak. Yeah, cool, whatever. I feel like you're not even a real person sometimes. It's like you're a robot. Yeah, cool, whatever.
Well, I'm also worried about her going back to Bobby. You know, he cheated on her.
Bobby didn't want anything to do with her.
You know, why don't you just get a slightly shittier mic so we can hear the background noise over the voices of these two fucking NPCs?
Well, I'm also worried about her going back to Bobby. You know, he cheated on her.
Bobby didn't want anything to do with her.
Okay, how do you know that? Have you been doing something behind Allie's back with Bobby?
Whatever.
No, I'm serious. If you have been, like, Allie's gonna be super pissed and it's just gonna make a big mess of things.
Whatever.
Displays absolutely no emotions. She is a robot, confirmed. She is an AI. Next scene, we cut to this girl named Nancy Chase who has a TV show called Ghost Whackers, where she apparently whacks ghosts.
Hello, I'm Nancy Chase, and welcome to another episode of Ghost Whackers.
Hi guys, my name is Nancy Chase and I like to whack ghosts. Oh look, there's one over there. I better go whack it. Now, I'm kidding. You actually don't get to see her whack any ghosts. She tries to summon a ghost again in broad daylight. Where's the atmosphere? She tries to summon a ghost in broad daylight and ends up getting possessed by the ghost. I mean, I'm not really surprised by how easy it was for the ghost to possess her because she's a ginger. And like all gingers, they have no souls. So after thrashing around like a telenovela character who just got pushed down the stairs, Allie is completely healed. She's doing perfectly fine. And her friend, the only one who's actually concerned about it, they're having a discussion because Allie is acting very strange ever since the shark incident.
Maybe it'd be better if I had died. Then you wouldn't have anything to worry about.
Allie, don't you say that.
I mean, that's the thing about almost dying, Emily. It is a real buzzkill.
Oh man, don't you just hate when that happens? You know, when you're swimming in thigh-deep water and you get ambushed by a shark and the shark attacks you without even touching you, and the shark gives you ketchup and it burns your skin and it makes you thrash around like a toddler who's falling down the stairs. It's just a total buzzkill. So we cut to another random scene where Allie is hooking up with a random dude and then he ends up getting mauled and eaten by a shark. I'm assuming that Allie is now a shark because she immediately disappeared, and the moment that she disappeared, a shark just conveniently popped up out of nowhere. Either that or she's just decided to not hook up with him anymore. Poor guy though. I heard that being eaten by sharks can be a real bummer.
That's the thing about almost dying, Emily. It is a real buzzkill.
Oh. Next scene, we have a priest who is played by the same actor as the guy who got killed. Please don't question it. Don't question it. Your head, I can see that your head is hurting, and I need you to stop thinking. Okay, so the priest, who's played by the same actor, has received news of his twin brother dying, and he is setting sight to solve this whole shark situation. Do you miss Ghost Whackers? Because in the next scene, we get another feature of this absolutely wonderful TV show when the soulless ginger lady shows up again to film another episode of Ghost Whackers. Unfortunately for her, though, her greatest op arrives at the scene. A lady who is a star of the show, of her own show called Ghost Fakers.
A demon.
Bullshit!
Who the fuck said that?
I'm Brianna Bennett from Ghost Fakers, and I've been on these shark attacks since they first started, and that's just what they are, shark attacks. No ghosts and no demons.
The budget is $300,000. I'm trying to figure out where the $300,000 went, because it's definitely not in the fucking sound production. I'm gonna skip through a lot of irrelevant scenes. Well, then I just have to cut out the entire movie, but irrelevant scenes that have nothing to do with sharks and Exorcist, like this scene where 3 witches try to summon a devil or like a spirit and they all end up convulsing, or this next scene where Allie ends up going after this mentally handicapped woman and ends up taking her to a pool in her own house and ends up seducing her.
What are you doing? I'm listening. Listening to what? Your heartbeat.
Don't worry, it all turned out to be a dream. This is just like a collection of scene after scene. But in the next scene after this scene, another shark attack happens. And then in the next scene, the gingerless soul lady is possessed and fights her greatest op, the Ghost Fakers girl. Then we cut to another trio of 3 very obviously human girls. And they're all ready to go swim in the lake. in very shallow water. Very shallow, come on.
I'm back.
No! We are going to do this!
What about you, Holly? It's okay to be scared. I won't tell anyone you're just a big pussy.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
I love how she's standing on a bridge, and yet when we see the shark attacking her, the shark is in the water still. The only redeemable character, the only character, the friend who cares, ends up going to the priest's house, and they're having a meeting, a plan on how to solve this whole shark demon situation.
I mean, everything has to do with water. She has to be in it or around it. It's almost like she's, I don't know,
Yes?
effed up. Like a lot.
There's something I need to tell you.
What?
And that leads to the most exciting part of the movie. The next scene is a fun fair! A fun fair. Well, are you having fun? Because I'm not. I'm feeling a little suicidal. It is confirmed that Allie is unfortunately possessed by the shark demon thingy because of her very scary, spooky teeth, and she's going around hunting for her next predator. Okay. And the nonchalant, not human girl, she ends up arriving at the fair with her boyfriend, who ends up breaking up with her in the strangest way possible. Number one, why is this the only form of emotions that she expresses throughout the entirety of a movie? Number two, are these people human? So while that is happening, Allie is actually following them, and I guess she wants to eat them. She ends up eating the boyfriend who smacked the nonchalant girl for some reason.
Oh shit!
Chomping on him, on his neck. Alright then. Just do you, Allie. The priest has a plan. We don't know the plan. What is the plan? I guess something shark, something exorcist.
Demon, the power of Christ commands you!
So after capturing her, they now have a plan to expel the shark demon thingy from Allie's body.
Speaking to the demon who possesses this woman. Demon, do you hear?
And Allie vomits on the priest, and the priest in response starts strangling her. I don't see how that would expel the shark demon thingy from her body, but you gotta try everything. And then Allie kisses the priest, and the priest's eyes magically turn red, and a gigantic shark falls out of the sky and kills the entirety of the cast. That's at the end, by the way. We have at least 30 more minutes. We end up cutting to the next scene of this buff lady driving to this lake area to get a tan on the dirty, stinky green grass. Stinky, muddy green grass. I don't see the appeal of this scene. Why this scene? Could they not afford to go to a beach? And then there's a random creepy guy who goes up to her and takes pictures of her unconscious sleeping body. And then after taking pictures, stands over her as he goes over the very creepy pictures that he took of her. This seems counterproductive. And then, surprise, surprise, the nun comes back. The nun from the beginning that stabbed that blonde lady is back to stab another blonde. And this one is her target now. Oh god, my ears! Jesus Christ! The nun kills a lady, and thank goodness, otherwise I'd be dying from that horrible sound. So the nun stabs her and kills her from a very weirdly far distance, and the lady from the beginning of the movie who was stabbed by the nun comes back from the dead, rises up from the water, and drowns the nun. She fights the nun and drags her back into the water, and the nun is eaten by the sharks, I presume, the demonic shark. And that's the end of the movie. Just kidding. There's another scene after this. The caring friend, the brown hair, is very sad, and the apathetic robotic friend comes up to her after seeing that she's very sad and very dejected. But she won't tell her why she's so sad. She decides to just jump into the lake with no explanation. So the brown hair girl jumps into the water, and then I'm assuming she turns into a shark, because immediately there is a shark that comes out of the water, flying directly towards this apathetic NPC girl. That's the end of the movie. And then there's an after credit scene, but I don't want to cover it. You will have to see for it yourself. It's on YouTube, it's free, it's available. You know, I don't have to tell you what to do. You can watch the movie if you want to. But I'm done, okay? That was Shark Exorcist. I hated it. It drained me. It hurt me. And it was soul-sucking. And not the good kind of soul-sucking. The movie was incoherent, with no real storyline. The characters were not real people. There was nothing about the characters that was remotely interesting. There was like the priest and the friend that cares, and Allie and the NPC, but that's just... they're barely watchable. And the CGI effects... Is the $300,000 in the room with us right now? What do you want me to say? The movie was terrible. And I'm so sorry I dragged you along for the ride. It was a shark movie. I don't know why I didn't expect it to be terrible, but that's what happens when you have too much of a positive perspective. Fuck. I hope you enjoy that. I don't know who would enjoy it. It is a suicidal productions, and they are right about the suicidal part, because it definitely made me feel a certain way. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching and staying, and if you like this video, like. If you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!